Good morning and welcome to the 2023 Virtual Federal Student Aid Training Conference. For our opening remarks, please welcome Richard Cordray, Chief Operating Officer, Federal Student Aid.
Good morning. Welcome to the second day of the 2023 Virtual Federal Student Aid Training Conference. We have another great day planned for you, as I hope you learn from and appreciate all the sessions we have prepared for you. A moment ago, we were listening to the Patriots Fife and Drum Corps of George Mason University to help us launch our day. We extend our thanks to this wonderful group. This morning, I'm honored to introduce today's keynote speaker, the 12th U.S. Secretary of Education, the Honorable Miguel Cardona. During his tenure, Secretary Cardona has demonstrated a steadfast commitment to taking on major challenges in education, from reducing inequities and supporting multilingual learners, to investing in student mental health and making student loan repayment more affordable. His Raise the Bar agenda aims to pair the Biden-Harris administration's historic investments in education with resources to help schools accelerate academic recovery, improve learning conditions for students, and reimagine pathways to college and career. Over the past year, we've seen Secretary Cardona stand with President Biden to announce student loan actions to aid millions of Americans. The Secretary continues to bring firm, committed leadership to the task of implementing historic measures the nation is taking to make post-secondary education affordable and available to more Americans. When I came to FSA in 2021, Secretary Cardona made clear that we at FSA have his full backing as we take on some extremely difficult tasks. Right now, in fact, we are busy returning tens of millions of borrowers to repayment as smoothly as possible, and we're also working to complete the multi-year task of overhauling the FAFSA form and process for delivering federal student aid. Secretary Cardona has long demonstrated his qualities as a leader. He attended public school in his hometown of Meriden, Connecticut, graduating from Wilcox Technical High School. He earned his bachelor's degree in education from Central Connecticut State University and later completed his master's degree in bilingual and bicultural education and a doctorate in education at the University of Connecticut. Starting out as a fourth grade teacher, Secretary Cardona became the youngest principal in Connecticut at the age of 27. His awards including winning the National Distinguished Principal Award and the Outstanding Administrator Award from the University of Connecticut's NEAG School of Education. In 2019, Secretary Cardona was appointed to serve as the Commissioner of the Connecticut State Department of Education. In that role, and in the face of the COVID-19 emergency, he led efforts to return to in-person learning, helped Connecticut achieve its highest ever extended graduation rates for English language learning students and students with disabilities, and established a requirement for high schools to provide courses on Black and Latino studies, the first of its kind in the nation. He also supervised the launch of Connecticut's FAFSA data dashboard, which provides real-time FAFSA completion data for districts and schools to promote college or career school preparedness, a topic which is cherished to us at FSA. He understands the importance of this work from his perspective as a lifelong educator, and we're honored by his enthusiastic support and devoted leadership. Welcome, Secretary Cardona, and thank you for joining us today.
Thank you, Rich Cordray, for the kind introduction and for your leadership at FSA. Your commitment to serving students, families, and borrowers is second to none. I also want to recognize George Mason University's Patriots Fife and Drum Corps for that terrific performance. Nothing brings people together like music, and it's exciting to have so many talented students featured at this year's training conference. To all the financial aid administrators and advisors joining us today, thank you. Thank you very much, because what you do really matters. It changes lives. And without you, countless students would lose access to higher education. I'll never forget this one time when I was serving as assistant superintendent in my hometown that I had this student visit me. The student was about 12 years old, a sixth grader. I used to be his principal when I was an elementary school principal, and he was one of the smartest kids I had in the school. I remember him well because he really stood out. He was in my office visiting with his father because he wanted to see my new office. But as we were talking, he told me that he wasn't planning on going to college. He was 12 years old. He wasn't planning on going to college because it's way too expensive for his family. He's saying this in front of his father, and his father just kind of nodding and saying, yeah, I can't afford that. This young man showed so much promise, so bright. He was 12 years old, and he already was resigned to the fact that he wasn't going to college because he couldn't afford it. And his parents accepted that. Imagine the price we've paid as a country for not ensuring that all students could realize their full potential. That's why financial aid matters. And that's why you matter. You open doors and you give students a shot at life-changing opportunities, and I can't thank you enough. I know it's been tough these last few years. During the pandemic, you helped students overcome hardships and you distributed emergency aid to keep them enrolled. Now, just when things are approaching some sense of normalcy, you're anxiously awaiting the details on the new FSATC system. Today, I want to thank you for your patience, but above all, I want to assure you, our new better FSATC form is worth the wait. Keep in mind, it's been over 40 years since that system has been touched. It's courageous work to redo FSATC and to make it better, but more than courageous, it's needed. We're implementing the Future Act and the FSATC Simplification Act, and at the same time replacing an archaic back-end system with 21st century technology. This is the most significant overhaul of the federal financial aid application since the Reagan era. When families gain access to better FSATC this December, they'll find the form is simpler, easier, and faster than ever before. For the first time, applicants will be able to seamlessly transfer their IRS data. This will shorten the application. It'll save families countless headaches and improve access for underserved students. In fact, changes to Pell Grant eligibility will give as many as 630,000 low-income students across the country greater access to need-based aid. Isn't that why we got into this work? To help more students achieve their dreams? To help that student, like the one that visited my office, think about college in his future? The Better FSATC reflects the Biden-Harris team's unshakable commitment to build a more affordable and accessible higher education system. We've made record investments in community colleges and HBCUs and TCUs and other minority-serving institutions. We've offered guidance on how schools can raise the bar for student body diversity following the Supreme Court's disappointing decision on affirmative action. And we're also fixing the country's broken student loan system. Our new SAVE plan is the most affordable ever, with more than 5.5 million Americans enrolled today. We've also fixed dysfunctional debt relief programs for public servants, Americans with disabilities, and other borrowers, leading to the approval of $127 billion in loan forgiveness for about 3.6 million Americans and counting. I hope you've taken advantage of the public service loan forgiveness if you have debt yourself. Our new accountability rules stop bad actors from abusing taxpayer dollars and protect students from winding up with unaffordable debt in the first place. And our fight to increase the Pell Grant goes on. President Biden has already won $900 in increases to the maximum award, the largest in a decade. But we're not going to stop pressing Congress to double Pell by the end of this decade because it's the right thing to do. We're going to keep on fighting for our students. We're going to keep on fighting for college affordability. Look, a college degree opens countless doors. When we make higher education more affordable, we make the American dream more attainable. Thank you for all you do, and enjoy the conference.